Why isn't she texting back? Is she really busy, or is something else going on? Let's be honest, if she wanted to reply, she would. You've felt it, haven't you? That sinking feeling in your gut when the minutes turn into hours, the hours into days, and your phone stays silent. You stare at the screen, rereading old messages, searching for clues. Maybe she didn't see it. Maybe she forgot. Maybe if you just send one more text, she'll finally respond. But deep down, you know the truth. You know because you've seen it before. When she was excited to talk to you, the replies came instantly. She laughed at your messages, sent you pictures, kept the conversation going. And now, nothing. A cold, empty silence that speaks louder than words. It doesn't make sense, does it? One day she was all in. The next she's distant, unreachable, as if you no longer exist. And the worst part, she knows you're waiting. That's where most men crumble. The silence eats away at them. They overthink, they panic, they start crafting the perfect message to bring her back. But here's the harsh reality. Her silence is a test of your strength, a test of your self-control. She's watching even if you don't realize it. She's waiting to see what you'll do. And if you break, if you chase, if you beg, if you drown in emotions, you fail. Because the truth is, women don't pull away from men they respect. They don't ignore men they desire. If she's not responding, it means one thing. She's reassessing your worth. And every second you spend waiting, every moment you waste hoping, you're lowering your value in her mind. You're showing her that her absence affects you, and the moment she senses that, the attraction dies. You see, attraction isn't about words, it's about presence and power. And power is never in the hands of the man who waits by his phone, hoping for a reply. Power belongs to the man who walks away, unfazed. The man who understands that his worth isn't defined by a woman's attention. The man who knows that his time is too valuable to waste on someone who won't match his energy. That's the difference between the average guy and the man who commands respect. You must become that man. So now, the choice is yours. Do you wait, trapped in a cycle of self-doubt? Or do you take control, embrace the silence, and become a man who no longer seeks validation? If you're done feeling powerless, if you're ready to take control, hit that like button. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I release what I cannot control. Now, let's begin. Number 1. Why she pulled away, the hidden psychology. You might think she pulled away because she lost interest. Maybe you believe you said the wrong thing, didn't text enough, or weren't exciting enough. But the truth is much deeper, and most men never see it coming. She didn't pull away because of what you did. She pulled away because of how you made her feel. In the beginning, everything was thrilling. You were a mystery, a challenge, something she had to figure out. But slowly, without realizing it, you started giving too much away. You texted her good morning, you checked in on her day, you always responded instantly. And at first, she liked it. But then, something changed. She started replying later, with less enthusiasm. She became distant, and you didn't understand why. This is where most men panic. They sense the shift, and instead of pulling back, they do the opposite. They lean in, they send longer messages, they double text, they ask, "Are you okay?" Without realizing that every attempt to reconnect is just pushing her further away. Why? Because suddenly, the dynamic has changed. You went from being a prize she was chasing to a man who is chasing her. And in that moment, she felt it. The imbalance of power. Here's what you need to understand. Women crave emotional highs. They're drawn to the unknown, to uncertainty, to the thrill of not quite having you. When a woman senses that she has your full attention, when she knows she's won the game, the excitement fades. It's not about logic, it's about psychology. And the moment she feels she has more value in the relationship than you do, her attraction for you starts to die. This is why you can't chase. This is why you can't make her the center of your world. When she senses that your happiness depends on her, when she sees that you need her attention to feel validated, she starts to question your worth. She begins to wonder, if I'm all he has to focus on, is he really the man I thought he was? And just like that, her mind starts searching for a way out. So if she pulled away, it's because you became too predictable, too safe, too available. You made her feel secure, and paradoxically, that's what made her lose interest. If you want to reverse this, you must shift the balance back. You must become scarce, unpredictable, and untouchable. She needs to feel like she's losing you, not because of a game, but because you have a life so powerful that you don't need to wait for her. Right now, you have a choice. You can keep chasing and watch her slip away, or you can pull back and remind her of what she's about to lose. If you're ready to stop being an option and start being a priority, hit that like button. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below, "I am the prize." Let's keep going. Number 2, the power of emotional control. Right now, your emotions are your worst enemy. The sinking feeling in your chest, the racing thoughts, the urge to check your phone every few minutes. It's all controlling you, and if you let it, it will destroy you. But here's the truth. The man who controls his emotions controls his reality. Most men are emotional slaves. They react. They get anxious when she pulls away. They get angry when she doesn't reply. They become desperate for her validation. But a man who is ruled by his emotions is a man who will always be weak in her eyes. Women don't respect men who crumble under pressure. They respect men who remain unfazed, men who stand firm in the face of uncertainty. That's what makes a man truly powerful. Think about it. Who do you think is more attractive? The man who panics when she doesn't text back, sending message after message, trying to get her attention? Or the man who notices her silence and simply moves on with his life without hesitation? The answer is obvious. One is needy, the other is unshakable, and attraction is always drawn to strength. Stoicism teaches us that we must control what we can and let go of what we cannot. The moment you let her actions dictate your emotions, you give her control over you, and when she senses that power shift, she loses respect for you. Women test men, consciously or unconsciously, to see if they can shake them. If you fail that test, if you react emotionally, if you show that her absence affects you, you lose. But the man who masters himself, the man who acknowledges his emotions but doesn't let them control his actions, that is the man who commands respect. That is the man who makes women chase him. Because nothing is more intriguing than a man who is truly free from external validation. She doesn't text back? So what? She pulls away? Let her. Your emotions stay the same because your value never depended on her in the first place. This is your turning point. You can keep letting emotions control you, or you can become the man who remains unshaken no matter what happens. A king doesn't beg. A warrior doesn't flinch. A man of value doesn't chase. If you're ready to become that man, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below, "I am unshaken." Let's keep going. Number 3, attraction through detachment. The paradox. Here's something most men will never understand. The less you care, the more attractive you become. It sounds counterintuitive, but it's one of the most powerful psychological truths in dating. Women aren't drawn to men who chase. They're drawn to men who are hard to catch. Think about the men who naturally attract women. Are they the ones sending paragraphs, constantly checking their phones, overthinking every interaction? They're the ones who are busy living their lives. They're the ones who aren't waiting around for a text because they have bigger priorities than impressing a woman. And because of that, they exude something that is impossible to fake: genuine detachment. You see, when you stop caring about whether she texts back, you communicate something powerful. You are a man of value, and your time is not easily given, and that alone creates an irresistible pull. Why? Because humans are wired to want what they can't easily have. Scarcity creates desire. The moment you make yourself too available, you lose the very thing that made her attracted to you in the first place: your mystery, your presence, your power. Detachment isn't about playing games. It's not about pretending you don't care. It's about actually not caring. It's about shifting your focus away from her and back onto yourself. When she senses that you're unaffected by her absence, that you're perfectly fine without her, her perception of your value changes instantly. Suddenly, she starts wondering why. Why aren't you chasing? Why aren't you affected? Did she misjudge you? Did she make a mistake? And just like that, she's back in her head, questioning everything. That's the paradox of attraction. When you let go, they come back. When you no longer need her attention, she starts craving yours. When you stop thinking about her, she starts thinking about you. This is why men who have options, men who are truly content with their lives, never struggle with attraction, because their energy isn't desperate, it's magnetic. They don't chase, they attract. Now, it's your move. Do you keep grasping, hoping for a response, or do you step back, reclaim your power, and let the universe do the rest? If you're ready to become the kind of man who never has to chase again, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below, I walk away with power. Let's keep going. Number 4, the psychological test. Are you strong enough? Women test men, always. Whether they realize it or not, they push and pull, creating moments of uncertainty just to see how you'll react. This isn't manipulation, it's instinct. It's how they determine whether a man is truly strong or just pretending to be. And when she stops texting, when she pulls away, when she suddenly acts different, this is the test. The question is, will you pass? Most men don't. The moment a woman shifts her energy, they panic. They start over-analyzing, over-texting, over-explaining. They try to fix what isn't broken, thinking if they just say the right thing, she'll come back. But here's what they don't realize. Her pulling away isn't the problem. It's the reaction that determines everything. A weak man scrambles, a strong man stays still. This is where the non-reactive man mindset separates the weak from the powerful. When you're non-reactive, nothing shakes you. She pulls back? Fine. She stops texting? Cool. She acts distant? Doesn't matter. Your energy remains the same. And that right there is what makes her rethink everything. Because when a woman pulls away, she's expecting a reaction. She's expecting you to chase. And when you don't, she starts wondering why. It's psychological warfare, and only the men who have mastered themselves come out on top. Women are wired to seek strength in a man, not just physical, but emotional and psychological strength. If you fall apart at the first sign of distance, she knows you're not the man she thought you were. But if you remain steady, unbothered, completely unfazed, that's when the power shifts back to you. You see, every test is an opportunity to show her that you're not like other men, that you're not weak, that you don't beg, you don't chase, and you don't fold under pressure. And when she realizes that you're not affected by her little game, that's when she starts chasing you. So now the test is in front of you. Will you react like every other man and lose her respect? Or will you hold your ground, stand firm, and show her that nothing shakes you? Your response defines your value. If you're ready to pass every test with ease, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below, I am unfazed. Let's keep going. Number 5, how to make her regret losing you. Revenge isn't about anger. It's not about proving a point or trying to hurt her back. The best kind of revenge is simple, becoming so powerful, so unshakable, that she has no choice but to regret losing you. And that doesn't happen by texting her. It doesn't happen by trying to convince her to come back. It happens in silence. Right now, she expects you to wait. She expects you to linger in the background, hoping for another chance. But what happens when you do the opposite? What happens when you disappear, not just from her messages, but from her life entirely? That's when the regret begins. Because at first she might feel relief. She might think she made the right choice. But when weeks go by and she realizes you haven't reached out, that's when the doubt creeps in. She starts wondering, did he ever care? Did I misjudge him? Has he already moved on? And that last question, that's the one that haunts her, because in her mind, you were supposed to wait. You were supposed to be affected. But now, you've become the one who got away, and nothing torments the mind more than lost potential. But here's the key, You don't just disappear, you level up, you hit the gym, you start building your business, you refine your style, your mindset, your goals. You become the best version of yourself, not for her, but for you. Because when she finally looks back, she won't just see the man she left. She'll see the man she can never have again. And here's the irony. The moment she realizes she lost something valuable, she'll come back. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but eventually the regret will surface. She'll reach out, she'll test the waters, she'll try to see if there's still a chance. But by then, you won't care, because the true victory isn't getting her back. It's realizing you never needed her in the first place. Now it's your move. Will you sit around waiting for her to change her mind? Or will you become the man she wishes she never let go? If you're ready to rise above and make her regret everything, hit that like button. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I evolve, I rise. Let's keep going. Number 6, the philosophy of walking away, a true power move. There is no greater power in a man's arsenal than the ability to walk away and never look back. Not as a game, not as a manipulation tactic, but because you refuse to be anywhere you're not valued. This is what separates weak men from strong men, the willingness to leave, even when it hurts. Most men can't do this. They hold on, hoping, waiting, trying to find a way back in. They make excuses for her, justifying her silence, convincing themselves that maybe, just maybe, she'll change. But a man who cannot walk away is a man who will always be controlled, because the moment a woman senses that you're afraid to lose her, she owns you. Walking away isn't about abandoning people. It's about choosing yourself first. It's about understanding that if someone isn't meeting your standards, if they're making you feel like an option, you don't stay and beg for better treatment. You leave. And when you truly master this mindset, everything shifts. You become scarce, valuable, untouchable. Because a man who can walk away at any moment is a man who is impossible to manipulate. This is where most women get caught off guard. They expect you to stay. They expect you to linger, waiting for another chance. But when you walk away with absolute certainty, when you disappear without bitterness or resentment, that's when she starts questioning everything. Because suddenly, you're not the guy begging for attention. You're the man she can no longer reach. And that is power. You see, a man who is willing to walk away is a man who never has to. Because the moment you establish that you're not afraid to lose someone, people start treating you differently. They respect you more. They value your presence. They know that if they push too far, you won't hesitate to leave, and that changes everything. So ask yourself, are you the man who stays where he's not respected, or are you the man who knows his worth and walks away when he's not valued? If you're ready to command respect, to be the man who never begs, hit that like button. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I respect myself above all. Let's keep going. Number 7. The Stoic man's mindset, unbreakable confidence. Confidence isn't about being loud. It's not about proving yourself. True confidence is quiet, steady, and completely unshaken by external forces. And that's where most men go wrong. They think confidence comes from validation, from women, from status, from attention. But the man who seeks validation will never truly be confident, because the moment it's taken away, he crumbles. A Stoic man understands that confidence is built from within. It's not about how many women desire you, how much money you have, or how many people admire you. Those things can be lost. Real confidence is knowing that no matter what happens, you remain the same. She pulls away. Fine. She stops texting. Doesn't matter. She chooses someone else. Let her. You don't break, because your worth was never dependent on her attention in the first place. This is what makes a man untouchable. He doesn't need to prove himself to anyone. He doesn't chase. He doesn't seek approval. He simply exists in his own power. And ironically, that's exactly what makes him attractive. Because women aren't drawn to men who seek their validation. They're drawn to men who don't need it. Think about the men women obsess over. They're not the ones constantly checking their phones, waiting for a reply. They're not the ones bending over backward to impress anyone. They are the ones who move through life with purpose, focus, and complete indifference to external validation. They don't need attention, and because of that, they get it effortlessly. This is what you must become. A man who is so grounded in himself that nothing, not rejection, not distance, not even heartbreak, can shake him. And when you reach this level of confidence, everything changes. Women treat you differently, people respect you more, and most importantly, you respect yourself. So now, ask yourself, are you the man who needs approval? Or are you the man who creates his own confidence, no matter what happens? If you're ready to build unshakable confidence, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I need no validation. Let's keep going. Number 8. How to rebuild and become a new man. Right now, you have two choices. Stay the same, or rebuild yourself into someone unrecognizable. Most men get stuck in the past, dwelling on what went wrong, replaying memories, waiting for something to change. But here's the truth. She's not coming back the way you want her to. And even if she did, you wouldn't be the man she regrets losing unless you evolve. Rebuilding isn't about revenge. It's not about proving anything to her or anyone else. It's about becoming a man you respect, one who no longer needs to chase, beg, or wait. And that starts with shifting your focus. You've spent too much time thinking about her. Now, it's time to think about you. Where is your energy going? Is it wasted on scrolling through old messages, checking her social media, hoping for a sign? Or is it going into your body, your mind, your mission? Because every second you spend dwelling is a second stolen from your future self, the man who is stronger, sharper, and completely out of her reach. Think of the men who transformed after heartbreak, the ones who used pain as fuel to become something greater. They didn't sit around waiting for closure. They hit the gym, built businesses, mastered new skills. They became men so powerful that the past version of themselves would never recognize them. That's what you must do, not just to make her regret it, but because this is your moment to rise. Understand this, the man you are right now isn't the man who wins. The man who wins is the one who wakes up earlier, trains harder, works smarter. He's the man who stops thinking about the past and starts building the future. And by the time she realizes what she lost, it won't matter, because you won't be the same man she left. You'll be above her. So ask yourself, are you going to sit in regret, or are you going to rise into your highest form? If you're ready to forge a new path, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I forge my own path. Let's keep going. Number 9, the final lesson. What happens when you truly move on? Here's the irony of it all. The moment you stop caring, the moment you truly move on, is the moment she feels it. Not when you fake it, not when you pretend, but when you genuinely reach a place where she no longer matters. That's when she starts thinking about you. That's when she wonders if she made a mistake. Because people don't value what's always there. They value what they've lost. And when you finally break free, when your energy is no longer attached to her, when your mind is focused on yourself, when your life is moving forward with or without her, that's when she notices. But by then, it's too late. You see, the goal was never to make her come back. The goal was to become a man who doesn't need her to. Because when you reach that level, you don't just attract her, you attract everything. New opportunities, new experiences, new people who see your worth without you having to prove it. And that's the real victory. Most men waste months, even years, stuck in the past, waiting, hoping, obsessing. But the men who win, they cut the cord. They accept what is, they stop looking back, and they walk into a future where they hold all the power. No bitterness, no resentment, just progress. And that's the final lesson. The past is dead. The only thing that exists now is the man you choose to become. And the moment you stop looking for closure, stop waiting for an apology, stop seeking revenge, that's the moment you free yourself. That's when you become unstoppable. So now, one last question. Are you still hoping? Or are you done waiting? If you're ready to step into your power and never look back, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I am unstoppable. This is where your new life begins. If you've made it this far, you already know the truth. She was never the prize, you are. And now you have a choice. You can walk away from this video and go back to your old habits, chasing, waiting, hoping. Or you can step into the mindset of a man who never begs, never chases, and never waits for someone to see his worth. Because the truth is, the moment you truly understand your value, everything changes. Women sense it, people respect it, and you no longer tolerate anything less than what you deserve. You become the man who doesn't need to prove himself to anyone, the man who moves through life with purpose, with power, with absolute control over his emotions and his destiny. But this journey isn't over, it's just beginning. Now it's time to apply what you've learned. Stop waiting, stop chasing, stop overanalyzing, start building, start evolving, start becoming the man you were meant to be. And when you do that, you'll never have to wonder why she's not texting back, because you'll be too busy living a life so powerful that she becomes an afterthought. If this video resonated with you, don't just watch, take action. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another lesson in power, discipline, and Stoic mastery. And before you go, drop a final comment below. I control my destiny, because this is the moment you take back your power. Thanks for watching Stoic Blessing, and I'll see you in the next one.